Hello everyone, this is the Captain Swan podcast number 43. We are going to be talking about episode 7 of season 4, The Snow Queen. I'm Serena, Savior out on Tumblr, and we are going to do the introductions now.
I'm Lisa, and I'm You Brought Me Home.
Hi, I'm Mai, and I'm Melanie Fisher Jones.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I'm to the end of the world or time.
Hi, I'm Ro, and rumors of my biblical swan status have been greatly exaggerated.
I'm Steph, and I'm bookstore romantic, and I don't exaggerate anything ever.
Okay, so
You can't prove anything.
we have Ro back. I just want to use that. Okay, so I think we should start with the question because for once I have them here and I don't have to go look for them.
Shocker.
Okay, so we can start with a question about the next episode. Killian Lover 27 wants to know what are your theories on how things will play out for Killian 1 in the 2-hour special. I hope we get some good moments with them since we have not been getting a lot in the last couple of episodes. What's your theory about the next 2-hour episode?
Okay, I have this weird kind of cracked up idea. Okay, there's a lot of plot points in the episode, obviously, but if there's anything they've been all the extras have been either flashbacks, because the photos have all been from the flashbacks, and the scripts are all talking about Emma, but not have Emma in the in the scene. So I'm thinking something big is going to happen between Rumble, Emma, and Killian, because those three are the main. Oh, and the Snow Queen are the main characters in the episode.
I wanted to say something that there's just a new article that's been published and it says that there is gonna be a new scene that was added after the episode became 2 hours between Emma and Mr. Gold. And Jennifer says Emma sees herself as a villain because she feels like she's made so many mistakes in her life. And she's trying to redeem the mistakes that she's made.
What?
Gold can only see her as a hero. The fact that he sees her as a hero in the way that he does is really impacting to her. To hear him say that. Those words are really powerful to her. I feel like they're just making shit up, just whatever. And this part is mine. Jennifer did not say the part about them making shit up. But, I feel like they're just making up Emma's characterization, like, oh, what part of Frozen do we have to Emma's personality to this week? Let's make her look like a villain. Let's make her feel like a villain. Like, when has Emma ever felt like a villain?
Regina can call herself a fucking hero and be the biggest villain of them all, and suddenly Emma's a villain? What the fuck?
Okay.
Sounds like we're supposed to start shipping Golden Swan in this episode.
No.
That's what it sounds like to me.
All I know
never
for
gonna
sure.
happen.
All I know for sure is we don't know what the secret was that the Snow Queen whispered in Rumple's ear, but the look on his face and when he said that that he would do that,
it has to do with Killian.
With the utmost glee. There's only one person in that town that he would take the utmost glee in destroying, and that's killing Jones. So
I disagree.
Who do you think it is?
The Blue Fairy.
She is coming back, haven't we seen? She posted a picture, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she did.
She's still
And
shady.
she is magical. So
Anyway,
I really think that the Snow Queen knows at this point she's alienated Emma from her family, from her son, her parents, her friends, and there's that one piece left that is like the niggling thorn she can't get rid of. because she
That's killing you.
underestimated how powerful his love was. So now she's got to take drastic steps to get
Well,
him
see,
gone.
here's the thing. I don't think the Snow Queen's quite aware of that yet. I think this episode's going to solidify that for her, though. Because I don't think Emma's going to lose her magic. I think Killian's going to stop her. He's going to succeed where Helga failed. Like, they made a point, and I just watched the episode, like, an hour ago. And when she accidentally freezes Helga, and she disintegrates, and Gerda shows up, and she's there all like, take my hand, and Gerda wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Because she thought she was a monster. And they've had this whole emphasis on Captain Swan, like, holding hands and touching and stuff recently. And that, I really think that that's going to play that it's going to play a part. That there's
In
been
the
a lot of
promo, it
emphasis.
looks like Elsa, though.
There's going to be a lot of emphasis on touching, I just think.
That and the fact that the source of her issues with her magic seems to come from her hands. Like, every time when she touched the book in his shop, it left an impression of her hand, and there was like smoke and whatever. So
it makes me so crazy that suddenly she can't control her magic, and before this episode she couldn't even use it when she wanted to sometimes. Yeah. And now suddenly she can't stop using it. Like, what kind of shitty world building are you doing?
I know, this is why I'm telling you, I smell something fishy. There is something fishy about this that doesn't make sense.
Nope.
I come out with like, ooh, that icicle did something to her.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I hope you're right, because otherwise it's just really, really terrible world building, continuity, and everything else.
Would you be surprised though if it was terrible continuity?
I would not, but I would be mad. Because sometimes they have continuity even when it makes no sense to have it. Like, since the beginning of the season, everyone has been repeating the word monster even when it makes no sense. Like, there's continuity between the flashbacks in the present and Arendelle and people who have never met. Everyone has decided to just repeat the word monster 50 times a day.
They've been listening to too much radio, Imagine Dragons. That's crazy.
Well, see, the reason why I think that there's something fishy is because in the few years that Emma's been practicing her magic, her issue has never been self-control. Trust me, if there's anybody in that town that has control beyond Rumple, it's her. With all those walls, yeah. Her issue is lack of knowledge, because she doesn't know enough of the spells. She doesn't know how to make her magic work when she wants it to work, because she just doesn't know enough. Control was never a problem. That's why it just is fishy to me. I feel like the Snow Queen did something.
Oh, she definitely did something.
I mean, I would like to believe that, but on the other hand, I also I've known about how Adam and Hedy write for a long time. If they want to retcon something because it's easier for them, they will, and fuck everyone else. So yeah, it's difficult for me to believe that it's on purpose. But I will hit my words if I'm wrong and they're doing this on purpose.
Haha. Well, you know what? Yes, there is an emphasis on touching. You know what kind of touching they should do? Very powerful touching. Coffee. Good.
I suppose at the end of this episode, we'll have all the answers that we're looking for.
Okay, so we have another question which is very random and I don't know where it came from, but it's kind of related to one of the spoilers we got today that you were talking about earlier, and it made you guys mad. So Anonymous wants to know, this is super random, did the fun begin for Captain Swan in reference to Dark Hollow? No?
What?
The question is this one. Did the fun begin for Captain Swan in reference to Dark Hollow?
No.
I don't know if...
You're talking about the fun that
yeah, I know the scene is talking... about. I just don't understand if it's asking if they've had sex yet or what it's asking. They have not had sex, but we have had a spoiler that Outlaw Queen are having sex,
Right.
which I kind of thought that they already did last season, and
Yeah, me too.
it's like, okay, so that's nice, I guess. And yeah, and you guys were mad. We were talking about it earlier before we started recording. You guys were mad about it.
Yes, it makes me super annoyed. It makes me
No.
resent Outlaw Queen.
Yeah, not mad,
I just don't care.
more frustrated. Frustrated.
I think it's gross.
I only care about Outlaw Queen taking
Hear me now?
time away from Emma.
Yes.
I just feel like the way that they've done Regina this season, it's like every
It's
time
bullshit.
every time a scene with her comes up, it feels like she's just eating time away from other plots. It's like, why are you putting her? Why is she even here? Why?
Honestly, and seriously, last night episode, come on. They don't, Adam and Eddie don't really care about Outlaw Queen. If they cared about Outlaw Queen, they would have gotten development.
Yeah,
Okay,
Outlaw Queen is
okay.
very rushed, and I just don't care.
And
Okay.
honestly, I don't really see them dedicating like a big love-making scene to Outlaw Queen. You know?
Question: do you think that the people looking at how Adam and Hedy are doing Frozen, like the executive producer or whatever, are telling Adam and Hedy not to mix Regina with the Frozen plot? Because it's just so weird that she's not part of the
Hey, I'm
main
really
Frozen.
happy. I'm really happy she's not, but
I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
unhappy about it. I just think it's weird how she hasn't had any interaction, any plot related to Frozen.
Well,
because they
Like,
know Regina sucks.
yeah, but I know some people were like, I bet Adam and Hedy initially wanted to do, oh, Regina is so misunderstood like Elsa, and the
Ugh.
Frozen people were like, no, you cannot compare Elsa to a rapist mass murderer, and at
Nope.
that point they just forbid them from having Regina and Elsa interact. Because I don't know, before the season started, it seemed like a no-brainer to have Regina and Elsa interact, not because I wanted them to, just because they love Regina so much, and Elsa is the new toy, and she usually interacts with every main villain.
Okay,
yeah, but after
fun fact. When I was at Disney World, I got my picture taken at the Once Upon a Time like backdrop thingy, and it
Yeah.
has Elsa on one side and Regina on the other.
Okay, they've
It
interacted
doesn't make
more
sense though
at
for their
Disney World
storyline.
than-
Like if
Honestly-
if you're
honestly-
doing an Emma and an Emma's Magic storyline, it doesn't like you have to sideline your other magic users who are more experienced with magic than she
Okay,
is.
but
Yeah.
then they choose to do the episode 5 where Emma was like, oh, you are my magic teacher, teach me magic, you're the only one who understands magic. And now Emma is having problem with magic and she doesn't go to Regina, she goes to Gold. I mean,
Thank
Well,
God.
yeah, well that whole bit in episode 5 was dumb.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you're the only one who understands.
I didn't write it, they wrote it. I wasn't the one who wrote it. I'm just trying to make sense of it. It's
Well,
like,
Don't
you have
try.
to-
Losing battles.
Don't try to make sense of anything involving Regina. It's not worth it, Serena.
No.
You'll
Yeah.
give you a headache.
you have to look deeper into the character context. She's not going to go to Regina, not only because they're not really on good terms right now, but also because she knows that despite Regina's level of magical competence, she doesn't have the skill or the knowledge that Gold does. And this, if she, for her, because she wants her magic on,
No,
it's
no,
not
no, no,
something
no.
that Regina
No,
can do.
no.
Selena,
I know why she goes to Gold. You know why she goes to Gold? Because it was Henry. And if she goes to Regina and says, "I heard Henry," Regina's going to blast
kill
her
her.
in smithereens.
Regina would kill
Even
her.
though
That's
Regina
why-
There
actually
was a
killed-
script
That's why it's
tease, though,
Gold
where
and not
Regina is
Regina.
trying to talk. Yeah, but there was the script tease where Regina was trying to talk to Henry about what happened.
and
And
honestly,
he
I'm
wouldn't say
sorry,
anything.
but if they have Henry be pissed off at Emma, for accidental magic.
I don't
When
think he
Emma,
Well, he's not gonna be
He's-
pissed off.
He's not saying anything because he knows if he opens his mouth, she's going to get pissed and probably try to kill his mother. He's being smart.
But Regina
but
clearly
I'm
knows
just
that
saying.
something happened, otherwise she wouldn't even be asking him about it.
I'm just saying beforehand, because Henry hasn't had one bad reaction to Regina, killing him with an apple turnover.
Oh god.
But I don't
Seriously?
think the reason she goes to Goldie because she thinks some great magic is needed to take away hers. Because Zelina could do it, and it
Yeah.
didn't really seem that difficult. And now Gold is saying, he's telling her, oh, just this difficult spell is from the sneak peek.
And
That's
see,
just
here's the thing.
one
Here's the thing.
spell, and it's not reversible, and it's like, that's not true. Do Zelina spell. Just curse somebody part of Hook, I will kiss it, and we can get on with our day.
I know, but she's sitting up there in her car right now, really wishing he still had that curse on him.
But here's
Like,
here's
damn, that'd be
here's
convenient.
here's the thing though. What was I gonna say?
The spell says it's
You could
permanent.
slap a Peter Pan cuff on her as a
Yeah, I don't
temporary
think I
measure.
don't think
That would work.
I don't think he has it anymore. It disappeared with him when he killed his father. But
Yeah, but if
Oh,
Peter
I know what
Pan-
I was gonna say. I don't remember what I was gonna say. I'm not entirely certain that Gold is being entirely upfront about what that spell is.
I don't think so
probably not.
either.
It's probably bullshit. I thought
And-
for sure
Do
he was
with
gonna
the
try-
Because we know in episode 9 both Elsa and Emma have those ribbons. And if Steph is right and that shot in the promo is Emma and Elsa in the hand business when Emma, I presume, goes to do the spell to take away her magic, and it fucks both of them up and gets them in the thrall of the Snow Queen, then Rumple totally did the Snow Queen a solid.
It's not. That's Henry. You could see the cup.
No,
of,
the one at the end,
No.
the one
later
at the end of the promo.
Yeah.
What? Huh?
At the end of the promo, there's another hand-holding thingy, and it's definitely Elsa. There's one with Emma and Henry, and there's one with Emma and Elsa.
Yes.
Stare at it closer, Lisa.
Seriously.
Do your homework.
Whoa.
No, I
whoa.
mean, normal piece by piece, Melissa. Seriously. I am ashamed.
I know why they're sidelining Regina because first of all, 3B was totally her story between Zelina and her. That was all on her. So if they were to do Frozen with her being the other side of that story, people would like throw up the bullshit flag, going, haven't we had enough of this already? She just had a damn story in 3B. Now you're giving her another one in 4A for reals?
But she had a story in season 1. She had a story in season 2.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's long overdue for Emma to have a story, and this is the perfect one because she identifies so well with Elsa.
I think it's a dumb story for Emma. I think they just made up some issues for her to have to fit the Frozen plot. This magic issue thing is completely dumb, and I don't believe it. It feels so forced.
And
Unbelievable.
here's the problem. I've always suspected that Emma deep down has been kind of afraid of her powers but that's just been a headcanon that I've had because the show hasn't really demonstrated her being afraid of them before.
I can't believe that she's afraid of her powers.
If they had laid that groundwork earlier, this would make more sense, but they didn't.
But like I was saying earlier, her powers have never ever acted this way before, and for her to go from this to I don't want them anymore in one episode is completely forced. So yeah, I don't believe what they're trying to tell me. I don't want
You
to
never
buy.
believe what they try to tell you, Selena.
Sometimes I believe. Small things, I believe them, but
Well,
just...
look at what happened in the flashback when Ingrid accidentally killed Helga, and then Gerda turned on her and put her in the vase. She went from "I'm sorry, I didn't want to hurt anybody. Please don't hurt me to fuck you, I'm gonna kill you all because you put me in this fucking urn. So
I mean,
And I have a theory about that. I have a theory about Helga and Gerda and Ingrid that if they hadn't given that if or if Ingrid hadn't been a wuss and actually not handed over the ribbons, that Helga would be fine.
Yes.
probably. Yes, but I wanted to say I would be pissed if my sister that I don't have hurt me because of something I couldn't control. Like Gerda was kind of a bitch
Yes.
to Ingrid. It wasn't her fault. She didn't do it on purpose. So that's the one time that during her villain backstory I was like, yeah,
Honestly.
she kind of has a
Well,
It's the best. I have to say
goes
it.
full Regina and goes crazy, but she kind of has a point, and she
Honestly,
kind of
but
tries to be
Frankly, the only one of the sisters I liked was Helga.
Yeah, Helga was
She
awesome.
was cool.
The other two sucked. But I've always had a problem. I've always had a problem. Strangely, I've always had a problem with Anna and Elsa's parents anyway, from the movie. So I'm not surprised that I don't like Gerda.
and speaking
honestly, I
of,
done like it was a really well made story, and it was an actual tragedy. It wasn't my own fault like drop bang, or it was like
Who's
a
banging
little
stuff?
kid,
What is the banging?
Sorry.
said a secret, so I'm gonna kill her now.
And speaking of people that we found issue with in this episode, that really fucked up.
Snow.
We're talking about Snow.
Yes, we have to talk about Snow.
I mean,
Goodbye, Alex. Goodbye, Neil. Goodbye.
I hate that stupid song.
I get her reasons to be afraid because of what she's been through and how she's lost her children and all that stuff, but it's no excuse for what she did.
No. I'm very,
It's
very
no excuse for her
frustrated
tone with the lamppost. I mean, that was the hardest part.
Like,
The
and
thing-
even that one, like the lamppost, I can kind of, in a way, understand the whole gut reaction.
Yeah.
But the
The Neil thing was worse. The baby
Yeah.
Neil thing was worse.
baby Neil
That
thing
baby's
for me
name
was
is Graham.
the baby charming thing for me was like seriously, you can parade him around town where no queens and Rumpel and Regina, but the moment his sister gets close, you walk away.
And
Exactly.
she didn't even try to say, hey, maybe we should wait until your powers calm down or whatever. She didn't try to comfort Emma at all. She just
Went
held
back.
Neil to her chest like she was terrified. And I'm like, really, Snow? Really?
Honestly,
And then the whole first time mother comment.
it's like Mai said. The thing with the light pole, I can let that go because that was an instinctual, it was an emotional moment. Okay, but the thing with the baby, that was generally fucked up.
Yeah.
Really
And
generally.
it kind of bugs me that it took Elsa saying something for Snow to really realize just how badly she fucked up.
And then when he went, oh, we fucked up. No, we didn't fuck up.
It was
Who's
you.
this we?
It was you.
Who is this wee fuckery?
Oh,
Charming was
she's just used to being a wee.
brave. I mean, and honestly, I know baby Charming's a baby, but I mean, you could have gone to look for your daughter.
Yeah, I'm kind of also annoyed that Snow was not involved in the search party. That they couldn't find Belle or Regina or someone to look after baby Neil while they all looked for
Regina?
Emma. Really?
She hasn't been involved in anything concerning Emma's life in the entire half of this season.
She hasn't been in anything involved in Emma's life since they got back from the Enchanted Forest.
I mean, shit. When she almost froze to death in Elsa's little ice cave, she walks in. Oh, okay,
Who
whatever.
are you?
Seriously.
I'm like, your daughter just came from almost freezing to death in an ice cave. Put the baby down for 5 seconds.
and
10 year
stop.
other child.
And of course, but no, but she can't do that, Lisa. She has to go make sure Regina knows she's a good person.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
And that's the thing. I mean, Snow has been focused on everybody but Emma, and it's kind of making me nuts.
Well, she
Yeah,
does
I
have a
hate.
job
I mean, I
now.
understand where they're coming at with Snow this season, but I hate how they've dropped the Snow Emma relationship since halfway through season 2.
Yes.
Like it's just not. It's not good. They were so nice in season 1.
Mhm.
Like I loved Cursed Mary Margaret with Emma. Like, and then we get nothing with them.
You know, there was a lot of fans used to say that there wasn't enough development between Emma and David, but at least they have a relationship. At least he supports her. He's there for her, and he sees
Yeah,
her
the
for who
Charming
she
is
is.
the greatest of all.
Snow,
They just don't know how to give us both.
Snow can't seem to figure it out. It's like she's stuck, and I just don't get it. And that last scene, especially when, oh God, I was already mad at her to begin with, but when she decided to lump Charming in by saying that we failed her, I was about to slap her across the face. I'm like, oh no, sister, no. That was all.
Charming didn't feel her. Charming went after her. Charming and Killian were the only two who went after her. Killian, Snow,
I think Elsa did
Henry,
too.
Belle, and Rumple stayed back.
I think Elsa went too.
Oh yeah, and Elsa, right. And Elsa was still behind them, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and they were the closest one. Snow stayed back and didn't even make an attempt to run after her daughter.
Exactly. So I really can't sympathize for Snow's bullshit.
There's a meta out there who I don't remember who wrote it. I think it was JJ, but I'm not sure. That says that Snow puts Charming above everyone else, and even above Emma. And it had all the times that her Charming has been more important than Emma, and it's like, oh, damn.
Okay, we have another question about the next episode. Obis Girl wants to know, what do you think are the chances Killian will actually say I love you to Emma in our episode, and in what context?
If there's any context, it's only going to be crying and screaming.
Yeah.
That's all I expect to happen from Swan this coming episode, crying and screaming.
I don't want it to happen under those circumstances, and it pains me that we're having to deal with this.
I think we're gonna have sex.
I mean, I think it makes sense that the first time he says it to her, it's gonna be crying and screaming, because the first time he said it out loud, it was also crying and screaming.
Oh.
It's just kind of a theme with that, and unlike the monster theme, I can go with it, I can buy it. This is one thing I can buy.
How much will you pay, Serena? What's the price?
I don't know. Don't ask me economy questions, because I just had my exam and
Barter. What will you trade? I will trade all Outlaw Queen scene.
Oh yes, please.
Who wouldn't?
I will also trade every Regina and Robin scene. And this
I am sorry.
noise. I will trade this.
I am sorry for our Queen fans, but dude, and also CS fans who are listening to this, stop saying it wasn't cheating, because it was cheating. And like, oh no, but Marion and Robin being together is actually cheating on Regina. No, because Marion and Robin were together first.
What? Someone said that Robin and Marion is cheating on Regina.
Yeah, apparently.
Drugs.
I don't remember who it was, but that apparently the last episode was not shitting.
Last time I checked, Regina didn't have a wedding ring on her finger, but Marion, oh yeah, she does.
Exactly. Like, I'm sorry. They got married, and hello. When their
Okay,
wife got back,
we can officially start the part of the podcast where we talk about how Robin is the worst. So let's
I mean,
Not done that yet?
I sympathize. I do. It's been 30 years. Everybody, they've changed. Robin has
oh, come on.
obviously moved on, but that doesn't. If you know something, when she came back, if he had helped her to acclimate and then said, "Look, I wish that we could be together, but it's been so long and we're different people than we were. I feel like we need to
Robin
move
is a
on."
worse person. I'm just
If
saying.
he
And
had just done it
honestly,
like that,
But it's worse.
and they went their separate ways mutually instead of this garbage, then it would be better.
come on. Honestly, and the fact that they're expecting us to believe that the relationship that he would walk through fire for Marianne, and that she made him the man he was today, like he would trade all that for the woman who gave him his son for 5 minute relationship with Regina, really?
Okay, what was
Yeah.
that theory on Tumblr that
I'm
you
looking for it, actually.
okay, but if I remember it correctly, it was a comparison between
Yeah, yes.
Captain Swan and Outlaw Queen, like how Hook used to be a good man, then he lost his honor, but then meeting him again, gave him back his honor. And at the opposite side, Robin started off as a man with no honor, meeting Marion gave him honor, then losing Marion and getting with Regina lost, made him lose his honor again. I said honor too many times. I should invest in some synonyms instead of losing all my money buying Adam had this shit.
Please donate for a thesaurus for Serena for Christmas.
Okay, I found it. Okay, it says, at the beginning of the show, Emma and Regina were shown to be mirror each other. Light and dark, good and evil parenting styles. So it makes sense that their love interests are the same as well. Hook started out as a man of honor, only to become a man without honor because of his first love. He had a code as a pirate, but at the loss of Mila, truly became a man without honor. Soon after meeting Emma, he starts to become a man of honor again. Robin started out as a man without honor, only to become a man with honor because of his first love, Marian, made him become a better man. After meeting Regina, he slowly started to turn back to the man he was a man without honor.
Okay, real question. Are Adam and Haddis enough self-aware enough to see it that way? Because it makes a lot of sense. This theory makes a lot of sense.
And
I
also, there was another theory, but Serena, continue.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Adam and Hedy are self-aware enough about what they're writing to realize it. Because if someone wrote that scene between Will and Robin about how Marion changed life, about how she made him the man he is, a man with honor, and then the next scene is him going to do Regina in her creepy crypt. That's, I don't know, doesn't seem a lot of self-awareness going on here.
I think Regina made him the man he is now.
Because another thing from the theory, I don't know if it's in the theory that you read, but that related to that was at the time that the pixie dust worked.
Yeah, that was the one. That's another one posted by somebody else, and I'm looking for it, but I can't find it.
I can paraphrase. Related to that, it was that at the time that Tinkerbell used the the pixie dust, Robin hadn't met Marian yet, so he was still a thief with no honor. That's the kind of man that Regina was supposed to be with. And then he met Marian and changed, but now he's with Regina again, so he's turning back into the man he was supposed to be at the time of the pixie dust.
But that's my question, and I kind of and I totally see that. But my question is, where is the end game here with them? Because Regina's already a villain and trying to not be a villain, but then Robin was a honorable thief person, and now he's not. And I don't see them making each other better the way like Captain Swan does or the way Snowing does.
No, that's the thing.
So
they don't make each other better.
So how do they fit in as an endgame thing? Unless, of course, they're not.
I think somebody's gonna kick the bucket.
I don't know, but it was weird. The latest tweets from Sean, he tweeted about going to film a movie in Malta, and then when someone asked him if he was still going to film once, he said, "I can't say." I can't say is kind of weird because he always says, "Oh, I'm on set, I'm filming with this, I'm filming with that." He's not shy about those things. So I can't say I'm trying to keep Adam and Eddie's secrets or whatever he tweeted. It's kind of suspicious. I'm not saying he dies for sure, but
that would be hilarious.
At the beginning of the season, I would have thought
something I would say. Yeah, it would be hilarious.
I would have thought, no, there's no way they're killing Robin. But as time goes on, and we get even other characters have got before even if they took a long time to be a series regular, they had scenes alone. They had backstory episodes. Robin hasn't had anything.
But didn't I hear a rumor that we were supposed to get Robin's backstory and stuff in 4B?
We did.
Did I make that up?
Backstory in this episode.
That will probably go along with Will Scarlet's whatever, with his stuff. Because that kind of goes hand in hand. But,
honestly, I really do think that they're gonna, maybe not at the end of 4A, but probably maybe at the end of 4B, Robin's gonna kick the bucket.
Well, you know what? Emma's had, 2 love interests die? And Regina's only had 1, so Regina's got to catch up.
If we count
we already know that none of the main cast is going to die, because if Adam and Eddie if they did that, then they'd be totally screwed.
They did, and then they say something about main hero character, but not main character.
Well, no, they were just asked if someone would die. The EW asked if any major characters would die. They didn't make a distinction between major and main cast.
No,
I said the same thing.
That's what caused everybody to flip out, thinking Killian was going to die again. And it's
that was their first choice.
Snow Queen is a major character. She's probably going to be the one to kick the bucket.
She's either going to die, or she's going to go back, or she's going to go in the hat, or in an urn, or something.
I'm for death.
No, I don't want her to die. Why can't they go to prison for once?
Good guys don't kill bad guys.
You have
so either she dies on her own, or a bad guy kills her, or
maybe
she gets stuck into the urn or the hat.
Okay.
Do you have a magical person that can hold a chick with ice powers?
Can we have
they had a prison.
We did. We used to.
Oh my god. I'm sure
Emma, excluding Regina, all the female characters have died. All the female villains have died. Well, the only male villain that has died is Peter Pan. Like, seriously?
But they've had
They've only had females. They keep doing a succession of females.
Peter Pan's the only male villain they've had. Unless you count Rumple.
Or King George.
And the one for Wonderland, who is alive, I believe.
Jafar.
Yes.
Jafar is a genie, and I would pay good money to have Jafar back.
Oh, I
yeah.
Either
definitely.
Jafar or Hades or somebody could.
Please, Hades. Oh my god. That would be the best
Hades
thing
is not a villain. I protest. It is not. Don't
Okay.
fuck
Actually,
with
you
me
know
on
what?
this, Adam and Henry.
I'm inclined to agree. I've never believed that Hades was a villain.
Wait.
I haven't believed Hades
Hades
was
is a
a
nerd. Hades is the nerd of the gods.
I haven't believed that Hades was a villain since the Adventures of Hercules back in the 90s. Okay.
Okay, everyone else has 50,000 illegitimate children. They fuck shit up all day long. Poor Hades stays in his at his
Hades is
home,
actually
doesn't do
loyal to his
anything
wife.
ever. This is just bad PR from Disney, and I am not
Come
down
on,
with this.
guys.
You know what would be the
No,
best
it's
thing,
okay.
though?
He
Is
named
if they
his
could
dog
get
Spot.
James Woods to be Hades.
Oh.
Like, seriously.
Hmm.
He's a
That'd be
nerd. He's a
I
nerd
would
who
hope
named
that
a three-head dog Spot. And he's
Seriously.
actually the only per character in the entire Greek mythology that is actually loyal to his wife.
Yes, and seriously, in all of the Disney movies, my two favorite villains are shady people are Jafar and Hades.
I mean,
Jafar and Hades.
he's the only god that doesn't cheat on his wife.
I
So,
know that.
yeah, that's what I meant. And everyone else is like scum, is terrible. And yeah, there was this creepy, he actually kidnapped his wife thing.
Yes.
But
Yeah, I was gonna say. He did kidnap her.
so did Rumpel. So did Rumpel, and she forgave him. So I think we can totally that.
And that's why I can't ship Rumbell.
So
Just
so
don't
so what you're
buy
saying?
the Stockholm syndrome.
So Serena, you're saying that Rumpel and Hades are kindred spirits.
No.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Don't offend my Hades.
I could ship that. I could ship Golden Hades. Golden L.
I don't really like the idea of them bringing in any concept of the underworld, because you know what people are going to say if they do that.
Wishes!
No, they're gonna want Graham in person back.
Oh, I never thought about that.
No,
They will want person back.
I still
But
think
we
that
know
If he wins that stupid award, I'm going to riot.
my headcanon right now that we got the title for episode 12, which is at the, what is it called?
Darkness on the Edge of Town.
Darkness on the edge of town. I foresee that at the end of episode 11, that Rumpel is going to unleash himself or untether himself from that dagger successfully, and the last thing we're going to see is him step across that town line with his magic and memories intact, going, "Bye, bitches," and he disappears in a puff of smoke.
What the hell does he even want to do in the real world? Does he
That
want
was
to
my
conquer
point.
America? I don't know. Does he want to be the president? Does he want to be the president?
No. Actually, there was
Spoiler alert, that was
world business come
hold
from.
on. There was actually a really good meta that I read this morning that defines that perfectly. Rumpel has never wanted to be king of anything. He never wants to be the one in power. He likes to be the one in control. Yes, Regina was queen. Yes, George was king. But they never had control. Rumpel was pulling all the strings. That's what he wants.
What strings does he want to pull? Does he want to be like an international diplomat or whatever? I don't know.
Does he want to give everybody universal health
All
care?
these people in Starbucks
Is he
keep
gonna go visit
blackmailing
the
you to help.
UN?
Oh, your grandson needs you. Like, he's just tired of that shit. He wants to get out away from these stupid charmings who keep trying to make him help.
What's Rumpel's
And go back to doing his thing.
Yes.
What's Rumpel's opinion on Putin's foreign policy? I don't know.
Is Rumpel a Republican or a Democrat?
obviously he's going to have to
You're a
acclimate
Republican.
himself to, the way that our world works. It's very different from the Enchanted Forest. But that doesn't mean that he's not going to have something that people want. Rumple is expert at manipulating people, at finding out what their weakness is and playing on that and to give them what they think they want, but actually taking exactly from them what he needs. Case in point, what he did to Killian.
Hey, can we talk
So-
parallels? Can we talk how they're being really, really stupidly obvious with the parallel storylines?
Can we talk about I'm so sick of the word monster after paralleling
We
it?
haven't been talking about it in the entire podcast, Arena.
I just want to repeat that.
The Snow Queen is a monster. Who did
Yeah,
this?
Okay,
yeah.
I have
me.
the last question related to that. I'm just snapping my finger. It's like it's gonna get your attention here. The last question related to that from Hobby's Girl. So, what do you think of the criticism about Killian's initial reaction to the side of the sheriff's office exploding, referring to the line, "Swan, what did that monster do to the sheriff's station?" I think the word monster is stupid. Okay.
Obviously he
What
wasn't.
the fuck, Emma? Are you okay?
Obviously, he wasn't meaning that towards Emma. It was let's just say it was a poor choice of words. Period.
Because
I don't think Emma even
Because
like
the
Emma
script
knows
made
that he
him
didn't
say
mean it
that.
towards her.
It just didn't sound like something Killian would say.
he has
Yeah.
never used that word in his life, and now
I mean, even when in Tallahassee when he's yelling at the giant, he says he calls himself the worst human around. He doesn't call himself a monster. They just had him say that because it fit into because they wanted to like bash you over the head.
okay, and related to that, because I'm just listing all the things that annoyed me about the script. Why are they?
Serena, I don't think we have a week to film to.
Why are they just copying their own jokes and Frozen's jokes? Like, it's not a parallel and it's not a homage if they just repeat the jokes from the movie word for word. Like
Did I just say that out loud?
I have to admit the Wesselton thing was hilarious.
Oh
It
God,
was
I laughed. Come on,
time the movie
Serena.
did
You
it.
cannot say you didn't laugh.
Okay, I'm not saying it wasn't funny. It was funny, and they should give writing credit to whoever wrote it from the movie. Like redoing it exactly the same. It's not a clever twist. It's just redoing it, and it's stupid and it's kind of plagiarism. So I don't like it.
The stupider thing was the Weaselton thing, because until that point, Helga was in love with this Duke, and she would know how to say the stupid dukedom's name. I didn't need a repeat of the Weaselton bit, but the dancing was funny.
Well, here's the thing with the Duke. Up until he announced he was from Weaselton, for a second I was like, is he related to Hans? Because he was all with the marry the queen and take over thing, and I was like, are you sure he's not related to Hans? And then he said he was from Weaselton, and I was like, oh, it's the Weaselton guy. Never mind.
And honestly, I guess in the thing with Helga, I think it was more her being a bitch to him,
Yes.
and not knowing.
Well, Helga was awesome in that scene. She was the best of the sisters.
Can we go and get Helga back from Hades?
Do we think how fucked up the fact that Gerda's Price was having Elsa as a daughter?
Yes, I was thinking that when I watched the episode the second time. I was like, oh, honey, you have no idea.
Yeah.
So do you think when they were on the boat going
I liked the bit with the gloves, though. I liked that the gloves came from Rumple.
But do you guys think that when they were on the ship going to Miss Haven to find a way to help her, that maybe she had started to remember?
But she
And that
did
was why
remember.
she
She
that
did
was why-
remember because otherwise she wouldn't have given the gloves to Elsa. Everyone else forgot, but she didn't. It would make no sense if she did, because otherwise she wouldn't know to give the gloves to Elsa.
But
Right.
when she went to Pabby, she asked him to pull the memories from everyone, including her. So
If I don't remember if she said including her, but if she did, it makes no sense because she would have known to give Elsa Rumpel's gloves if she had forgotten about Rumpel.
Did she leave the gloves with Grandpappy? Because she was holding them when she went to go see them, and I couldn't remember from the movie if
Yeah.
Grandpappy gives them the gloves.
her father was the one that gave her the gloves after
very
what
small
happened
gloves.
with Anna.
Well, maybe Grandpa gave them to Kai, and then Kai gave them to Elsa.
King Kai.
King Kai.
I don't know. It's kind of
It wasn't really clear
no.
whether she remembered or not.
I think she did, but I don't know. Someone should ask Adam Eddy, but I don't care enough to do it. Anyway, I would like to add another thing that annoyed me about the writing this week.
Another thing?
Yes, another thing. Why are they having Killian repeat that devilishly handsome thing again
Because
and again?
it's true.
It is true, but he also has a very big vocabulary. He should just change it up. Why are they just repeating the same words? Can he call himself wickedly pretty, or I don't know, the best thing? Good
Julian looks in the mirror. He says, "I feel pretty."
Oh my
I'm just
God.
so sick of devilishly handsome. Just change your words.
Get a thesaurus, damn it.
I'm not the only one who needs to get some synonyms.
It's not just
That's
that.
one of the things that we have in common, me and him.
It's not just that. What annoys me is that it makes him seem narcissistic and
He
self-centered.
is. I'm sorry. I love him, but he kind of is.
Kind of
He's
is.
vain.
Yeah, he
He's
is
super vain.
Belle touched his leather.
But yeah, he is a bit of. I mean, we all know it's a mask. But yes.
I don't know if as a man, I think he actually he feels like he's good looking.
Well,
and
he does have a mirror. I mean, he can
He's not
see. He has
wrong,
eyeballs.
I mean, he knows he's good looking, and he definitely uses it.
Do you
Yes.
remember that
Like,
time?
he weaponizes it just as Emma does when she's out
Yep.
catching
Okay,
people
but
on bail bonds. Or
do you guys remember that time in season 1 where Charming was like, "Oh, no one else has my selfless bravery," or whatever he said? So that's another thing Captain Charming have in common.
they're a match made in heaven.
Hey, and
I couldn't believe
talk
that
about Captain
Willoughby
Charming.
was there
We need to
providing
talk about
backup for
Captain
the
Charming.
interrogation.
Okay, you guys talked at the same time. I have nothing. Please repeat one at a time.
Captain Charming.
Captain Charming.
We have to talk about Captain Charming.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say I can't believe that neither of them were there for the interrogation.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was obviously to get Emma alone with the Snow Queen so they could all rush and be like, "Oh no, what happened? Why is there a hole in the wall?" But it was just kind of like, really? Like,
I think they were
totally
Yeah, we're
alone?
gonna-
There's
we're
nobody
gonna-
behind the wall watching this?
Yeah, we're gonna leave Emma alone with the crazy lady who's trying
Awesome.
to take her into her family.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna get him, Emma and Elsa alone with the crazy lady
That's
trying
just-
to take both of them.
That just
Yeah.
seems like a bad plan.
It was a terrible plan.
Yeah, they don't play good cop, bad cop very well.
No,
No, that's what they need. That's why they need to deputize Hook.
I think they already
He
did.
would be an excellent bad cop.
Captain Charming,
Very
Good Cop,
bad
Bad Cop
cop.
would be awesome to watch. It'd be so much fun.
But yeah,
And the only time we even got anywhere close to it was with Bo Peep, when they were both bad cop.
Yes. Although, so about Captain Charming. So I appreciated the fact that as soon as they realized that the mirror was fake, both of them were like, "Oh shit!"
Oh shit.
Took off. I mean, all they had to do was exchange a look and be like, "Shit, Emma's in trouble. Take off."
Because they have a much deeper connection to her than apparently anybody else does.
And also when Emma's freaking out and outside the hole in the sheriff's station, they were the only two who tried to approach her, even though she was trying to tell them
I
not
love
to.
how they blocked that scene, how they had everybody else on the other side of the light pole and him, Killian, being the only one on her side.
Yeah.
And reaching out.
And
After
even though
everything, he still reaches out.
when he originally reached for her and it set her magic off and that pole almost came down, he didn't even notice it. It took Charming shoving him out of the way to keep him from being killed for him to even give a damn. He was so focused on just her. It was incredible to me. I was like, can't anybody else in her life know care as much?
No.
Oh, Charming cares. Because he knows that Emma would be devastated if she heard Killian. Hence why. Plus, he had to save his mate.
Well, yeah, I mean, his daughter would be kind of upset if her boyfriend got crushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on. And it's a long way from punching him in the face.
Yes, they've come a long way, and I'm very proud of them.
Yes. I'm sorry, but Kit and Charming have more of a relationship than Snow and Emma do. That's sad.
Okay.
Yeah, well, she's all about her new improved baby, so... I just want to say that it was a little cute how Emma was like, "Is Baby Bro ready?" I mean, she
Yeah,
would
she won't
be
say his
such
name
a great
either.
big sister. I mean, if she was just given a chance. No angst, just family stuff. And even more Charming family. Good Charming family, not what we got with this episode.
And could people stop having a freaking freak out attack over Cinderella's baby? A female baby whose name is Alexandra can have the nickname Alex. It is possible. And if you bitch about that, then you have some serious, feminism, sexism issues.
The bigger problem is that the baby should be like 2 by now.
I know, the baby should be at least 2 and should be walking on its own. That was a little off, yes. I know
think
that
it's another baby.
almost everyone that I saw that was
trying
to... Well, you know what was fucked up? That almost everyone I saw that was trying to defend that was going, that looks to me like a baby who might be between 18 months and 2 years old. And a lot of it was coming from people that had children. I'm like, are you serious? I have 2 kids, and I can tell you right now that a 2-year-old is not going to be bouncing in mama's lap like that. He's going to be walking around on his own.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
I don't know if she's actually...
The whole mommy and me thing just bugged me. I didn't care. So I didn't even notice.
Oh, that's
Another
just...
thing
I like Aurora in the devil box. I want to know if she stumbled
That was
on
funny.
late night activities.
And how unoriginal was it that they named their kid Philip Jr.?
Well, I mean, it's Aurora.
Royals
It's
also.
not exactly known for her brain.
Ooh.
Well, it's Aurora,
That's kind of
she's not-
narcissistic.
She's not entitled to have a lot of brain power. It's just Aurora.
Well, she's been sleeping for so long. She probably didn't get to use it.
It's not like Philip wasn't there. I mean, it's not like she decided of the name alone. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, it is creepy unless it's dead, and then it gets dead people creepy.
I
Yeah,
honestly hope
but-
that there's a
Well,
bit
come
more
on.
of Aurora with
But, come
Maleficent
on, we've
being
seen,
back.
Okay, but
we've seen
honestly,
Philip and Aurora. We all know Aurora wears her pants in a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
did she have her baby last week? Because it's been a week from the finale to
And
to
yes,
real
that
time.
was a big lie,
And-
big enough to drive a truck through. Because when she turned back into a human, she definitely wasn't showing. I don't think you could have had a baby in a week. That's not possible.
Yeah, it made no sense. Her pregnancy made no sense. Even if she gave birth the second she turned back into a human, that was supposed to be a 1 week old.
Well, that's what That's what, did everybody see the tweet between Sarah and Julian when Sarah's like, our baby's so cute, and Julian's like, we had our baby? Even Julian was confused.
Julian, because Julian hasn't really been invited back.
We have a live question because I just opened Tumblr and we have a new question. Anonymous wants to know, do you think that the shard of ice Emma was cut with contribute to Emma losing control of her magic?
I don't think I
That-
heard something.
That is the only way I will accept that Emma's magic suddenly went haywire like that.
Yeah, because it was working, and they made us a show of showing, a point of showing us Emma working on her magic beforehand, and it was working. And then she gets cut, and then bam.
Yeah, see, there was no real lead up. This was the problem. There was no lead up to it. It went from her magic seemed to be fine. She lit the candle, everything was okay, to boom, she's exploding buildings. It's just not right. I've seen her get emotional over other things to the same tune as to how she was with the Snow Queen, and her stuff still didn't go off. So that's why I still think it's fishy. It's just fishy to me. This doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so you guys have any last
comments?
comments?
That the an Anna Christian on my dash and that said that Emma hasn't hooked. It was like, do you think Emma's going to walk Killian up to a fence? And the answer made me laugh because it was like, well, he hasn't locked him up once this season, so he has to lock him up once at least.
And not in the fun way.
I do have something to say. One, about the scene when Henry goes to his grandfather to ask for, to do something other than sweeping floors, and then Rumpel gives him a bottle of furniture polish. Talk about getting sidelined, for real.
I know, I thought this whole thing was supposed to give Henry a storyline.
Not really.
Not
it's
so
too
much.
It's too focused on Emma and the Snow Queen and all that stuff. And then when they went to Gold to ask him for help to get into the sheriff's station to rescue Emma, and he said he would come, and they all left except Killian, and Killian again, 4 for you, Killian Jones. He's like, what game are you playing, Crocodile? He knows him so well that without even saying a word, he just knew that there was something he wasn't saying. He was keeping secrets again.
Killian's the only one who ever calls Rumpel out on his shit.
Because he's the only one that's been hunting him for 300 years. There's nobody in that town that knows him the way Hook does.
And honestly, he's the only one who apparently has eyes. And notices shit.
You think it's funny that Henry will go sailing with Hook, but he'll just spy on Rumpel? Because, it wasn't too long ago people were saying, Henry should spend more time with his grandfather because of his dad. Well, apparently he is, but it's just to spy on him.
Those were Idjit Swan Thief shippers, let's all be real.
Or Rumvel shippers, I don't know. The Captain Cobra is strong still.
Small spot to put in there. If you haven't already done it, please go and vote for People's Choice Awards for Ginny, Jen, and the show in general.
Don't vote per person.
Whether or not you want to vote for Neil as the most missed, that's up to you, but he's not really missed, so whatever.
Okay, so if you guys don't have anything else to add, we can...
I miss Christoph. There, I did.
Of course, we had to mention Christoph. Anyway, if you guys...
I saw the photos going on the dash, and they made me really, really happy. Because I really want a reunion. And he looks wet. And wet is not Michael Foster. I love.
Okay, so I think this podcast is over. Thank you everyone for listening, and we will be back next week, when hopefully we won't think the episode was a train wreck. I'm not
And
sure.
hopefully we will have sex.
I don't think so.
I'm not.
Anyway.
I don't think
Hold
so.
on to hope until the episode, Serena. You're not. Hope is the last thing that is lost.
Okay. I'm just gonna
I'm
go.
keeping my expectations very low because you expect these things, but you never really get them. I'd rather be surprised.
You're all a bunch of pessimists.
Okay.
No, I'm realistic.
I want something to eat, Mommy.
We are keeping children from their dinner now, so we think it's time to close this one. Thank you
Yeah, I'm
everyone.
kind of hungry too.
And bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.